Hey Deana, hey Natasha, this is Steph, the intern. There's a lot to be thankful for, but this year, these were my tops. Number 1, the Spindrift sparkling water that I have every single day at lunch. Seriously, Spindrift makes the best sparkling water, and if you haven't tried it yet, you're missing out. Number 2, my newfound love for cottage cheese. It seriously makes every meal better. And lastly, this one's not only what I'm thankful for this year, but every year, my favorite band ever, Nickelback. Love you guys.
The Feelings Check-In is a podcast for people who love to listen to two women overshare about the challenges of building a business, navigating careers in tech, and trying to have a personal life. I'm Natasha Hoskins.
I'm Deana Burke.
And this is Boys Club.
Wait, is it just Boys Club?
It's just Boys Club.
The Boys Club podcast?
No. Just Boys Club. Hi.
We
are here. We're here.
And we're grateful.
We're grateful.
Grateful to be here.
We are recording this on Friday, so a few days before this podcast comes out. And I will disclose that I did the red eye back from Asia last night. So I'm not operating on all cylinders.
Fresh as a daisy.
Oh, just couldn't be fresher. That is exactly the word I would use to describe the way that I feel right now.
How long's the flight?
A 7-hour flight from Indonesia to Seoul, and then a 14-hour flight from Seoul to New York.
Nice.
And I will say I had the seat open next to me on the 14-hour flight, which was huge.
God is good.
And God is truly good. And it was like a 4-seater, you know? Mm-hmm. And then the other two were the cutest mother-daughter combo. Korean lady with her child who was probably like, I don't know, tween. The cutest, like stylish. This little girl played with her toys or like slept basically on my lap. Like we were like sharing the second seat, like where my feet and like her head. It was very sweet. Anyway, so
that's an ideal roommate situation, not a spreader, which you can get.
And I was like, this is shared territory. This is a peaceful situation here.
Switzerland.
It's Switzerland. So anyway, all that to say, I would really love to be like funny and quick in this episode and just like quick-witted. I'm not sure that's in the cards, but we're going to find out.
No worries at all.
We're going to find out. Okay, so today we're doing a special episode of the Feelings Check-In. This is the gratitude episode. This is the thankful episode. I don't know that Thanksgiving is PC anymore, but leading up to the holiday where you may share a meal with your loved ones.
Nice.
And talk about the things that you are grateful for. Hopefully this episode will guide you. So Deana and I are going to talk about some of the things that we're thankful for. And then you all, our lovely listeners and friends and colleagues and
comrades,
brothers, band of brothers, have sent in some really nice messages around what you are thankful for. And so this is just a time to hear from people and reflect. Anything to add?
I love it. No, perfect.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so we put together a list of categories of things that we wanted to reflect on our gratitude for. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to say before we jump into this that the table stakes stuff is obvious. We're both so
blessed.
Have so much gratitude for our health and for all of the privilege that we have in our friends and family and friendship. I think like goes with that, so much and unending gratitude goes without saying. Mm-hmm. We wanted to try and carve out other corners where we could find some gratitude that
we could riff on the thankfulness
are off the beaten path. They're off piste a little bit.
Yeah. And there some of them I would say are unserious.
Some of them are serious.
Some of them are serious, but some of them are unserious.
Some of them are unserious.
So yeah, we're grateful for people who listen to this podcast. We're grateful for our friends and family and work and partners. And we're grateful for the Boys Club community as always. And never take that for granted.
Never, ever. And Miranda and Kate and Alana and Stephanie. Yeah.
Everybody.
So just so everyone knows, we both wrote these lists separate. We had the categories and then wrote the list separately. So I don't know what you're going to say and you don't know what I'm going to say.
No idea. No clue. Not a clue. Let's start with routine though. What's one routine that you're thankful for?
One habit or routine that you're grateful for? Mm-hmm. Mine's kind of earnest, so it's not necessarily a funny place to start, but we have started as a family, every time we get together for dinner, Dave's reading this book that's about storytelling, and he's like so into storytelling now. And so we have done every night where everyone goes around the table and says one story of something that happened to them in their day. And basically the prompt is like, what's something or moment that like has changed you in your day?
Oh, wow.
And
I love that.
I know, it's really great. And the stories are, you end up saying a moment that like, sometimes you're in that moment, you're like, this is what I'm going to say tonight.
Yeah.
But then sometimes like you end up saying something and you're like, oh wow, that was actually a moment that I didn't realize it was a moment at the time.
Yeah.
Like for example, I went to this Goodwill the other day and it's just like such a silly moment. I can't even believe I'm relating it now. But like there was a stack of like probably 60 little plastic kids chairs. And I was like looking at them and I was like, this is kind of funny and cute. And I was like, maybe I'm going to take a picture of them because they were really funny. And then this guy comes up to me and he's like, I have another 100 in the back if you need them. And I was like, I'm good, but they're really cute. I wish I did. And so
160 plastic kids chairs.
Anyway, so that's been really fun to do.
Oh, I love that. That's really great.
What about you?
Mine is is morning pages. So if anybody has listened to this podcast, they know that I have done the Artist Way this year.
Are you still artist weighing?
I fell off. I do the morning pages every day. I have probably 3 weeks left in it. It's a huge commitment. Like
Totally.
if you're really doing it. And I fell off and I want to pick it back up because I do want to finish it. But I like stopped doing the practices. And I was like, if I'm not going to do the practices, I should just like wait and pick it up when I have.
But you're still doing the morning pages.
I still do the morning pages almost every day. This part of the Artist Way is that you do 30 minutes of writing in the morning. That is stream of consciousness, uninterrupted. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I set a timer and I go to town. I have such atrocious handwriting. It's hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
It's a totally different language. But I am really grateful for that routine. I feel a distinct difference in the days that I do it and the days that I don't do it. And I'm very thankful to have that type of habit in my life.
Wow.
So there you go. Highly recommend. Highly recommend for people.
And the goal is not, you don't go and revisit it afterwards. It's what's done is done.
When you're first doing them, her recommendation, the writer of the Artist Way, is that you do not read it because you'll be so self-critical. After some time of doing it, there are some people who use it as more journaling where they go and revisit it and reflect on that. I don't do that. I don't want to revisit my thoughts. Part of the exercise for me is that it's intrusive thoughts that either I get out onto the page and get to move on with my day, is what I found, or I ruminate on those thoughts all day long. Yeah. And so that's what it has been for me. So I don't really, maybe in another time in my life, it will be things that I want to revisit and like spend some time with. But these are things that I would really love to not spend any time with throughout the rest of my day.
Great.
So
get out.
Exactly. Goodbye. So that's what I'm thankful for from a routine, and also my recommendation for people.
Nice.
Okay, next one.
One thing you bought or were given.
Okay, I bought earlier this year a Row dupe, a purse bag. It's a Row bag dupe. It was a link that was sent around my friend group, and they were like, buy it. It's from this like factory in China. It arrived. It smelled atrocious. It smelled like burnt glue. And we all had to find places to like air it out. Like we couldn't keep them in our apartment. They smelled so bad. And so everybody was like airing them out on like different fire escapes and like their terraces. And like then once it aired out, it's an amazing bag. And I'm so grateful for it. And people all the time compliment me. And I am unable to just accept it without saying, it's a dupe.
You got to.
You've got to. You can't be that girl.
You've got to. No, there's no sense in pretend. Who are you pretending for?
Totally. So that was mine. What's yours?
I bought myself a headache cap.
Oh, yeah.
That goes in the fridge. It goes in the freezer. And then when you have a headache, you put it on. Right. And
covers your eyes.
It does cover your eyes. I sometimes just have it up here, but like
nice. You're like one of those people wearing a mask, but below their nose.
But whenever I have a headache, and like I usually get headaches over my period, I just pop it on, and it like compresses your whole head, and it's incredible. So that's my favorite thing.
Okay, your favorite thing. Moment. Mine is I took a trip to Japan this year, which was really nice, and I went with Matt. And we had a really lovely time, and it was a trip that I'll remember for the rest of my life. So there's many moments in that trip.
That's a whole trip though.
That's a whole trip. One distinct moment is we stayed at an onsen hotel off the coast of this area where pearls are found in Japan. It's so beautiful. And an onsen is hot springs. and unbelievably beautiful hotel. The best hotel I've ever been to. It was incredible.
It's a lot coming from you.
I know. It's a huge recommendation for me. And they had like in the onsen area, it was basically just like beautiful hot springs with these trees, and we just laid out there, and it would like rain a little bit, and this water's really hot, and the trees would just kind of like little flowers would like fall into the water. And wow, this is a core memory with a person that I really love, and it was really nice.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
That was a good moment.
That's really nice.
What about you?
Mine was also vacation related. I saw the face of God in a waterfall in Yellowstone.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
just top moment of the life, where I had so much gratitude for being able to be in Yellowstone and see it. And it was like early in the morning, and there was not a lot of people there, and it was just like, man, this is beauty.
There he is, or there she is, or there they are.
They are. Okay. For one person.
Okay, man, this was a tough one for me.
I know. I had trouble with this one too.
And I actually didn't choose Miranda because I felt choosing someone from the team feels.
I had the same thought.
It's like choosing like a favorite sibling or something. It just doesn't feel right.
Totally.
And so, but I will say, honorary shout out to Miranda.
+1 on that. I had the same exact process.
Okay, great. So just so she knows. And then there's so many good friends, but I will say MVP of the year for me is my friend Alessandra Thomas. If you know her, you love her. There is no person in the world who has met this woman and isn't absolutely obsessed and enamored with her as a beautiful person. She's incredible. And so she has been such a wonderful friend to me this year, has like just shown up in every way a friend can show up, and been there in really fun times and in really hard times, and has seen me at truly my bottom of bottoms, where I was like, I can't believe another human being is witnessing this level of sad in the world. And then like has just made me smile a lot and made me laugh in moments where I didn't think that was going to be possible. So she's great. She's a really great person.
She's great.
She's a great gal. You know her.
That's a great choice. I to know her is to love her, and I do as well. So yeah, she's a really special person. Mine's a little less like intimate, I guess.
Okay.
So
it's locked in guy.
No, not quite. Well, kind of. I go to the YMCA a lot, and
shout out to the East Nashville YMCA.
Shout out to the East Nashville YMCA. There's an old lady who does the check-in. I see her every Saturday morning, and she always is there and is God bless you this and God bless you that. And I'm like, I'll take the blessing, you know?
Take it.
I always take the blessing. We've run into a little trouble with her recently because she gives candy out to the kids.
Ooh,
like all the kids that come to the YMCA. Like she has like a little bag of treats. She's so lovely. That I think she buys herself and she gives to all the
so
kids.
Nice.
And it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't want to draw on her resources.
Okay. But you also don't want to be the family that's like, we're better than your candy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So, but I don't
know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
This thankfulness has turned into an issue.
I don't know what to do.
We've identified a problem.
It is somewhat of a challenge, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good recommendation.
And then but because the kids are also really attached to it too. So they're like, we have to go get our treat. And I'm like, you can't have that expectation. That's also a problem.
That can't be the watermark for what
totally
the
that they think
be.
that they're going to get a treat every time. That's not cool either.
That's crazy. That's crazy at the YMCA.
A little bit of a thorny. I know, right? God damn her. What's she doing?
Never mind. Take it back. You hate her. Okay. A challenge that you are thankful for.
I have been really challenged by trying to get rid of the white in my house.
Yeah, you're on. I've
been really challenged. All the walls in my house are white, and there was something that happened to me this year where I was like, I cannot live in a house that's all white anymore, and I need there to be a lot more warmth. And I have been really challenged by paint and wall color. And I did paint this past weekend. And
you did?
I did.
Huge.
Yeah. I know.
I need pictures. Where? The kitchen?
The kitchen and
dining.
Kitchen room, just kitchen room. And the color didn't come out.
You always do this.
It didn't come out.
Always do
Didn't
this.
come out right. And I went for a
Okay.
really bold color
Oh,
pairing.
no.
It's okay. It's kind of growing on me. And you can
No,
always
you
repaint.
always
That was
do this. You did this in your last house. You painted the entire house the wrong shade of white, and then you were just like, "It's kind of growing on me," and you hated it the whole time you lived there.
I know. But I will say my new mantra is just to paint, and then you could always
You can paint again.
paint again. What's the challenge that you're grateful for?
Do you think you can guess? It's physical.
Oh, solid core?
Yeah. Solid core. Solid core is the challenge that I am grateful for. And it is the hardest exercise I've ever done in my life. And I love to exercise. And I'm grateful to have I was never a Pilates girl. It just shows you can be many things in the world.
You can be a Pilates girl. You can go from strength training to Pilates.
Exactly. You can be just a gym rat to Pilates pipeline. So anyway, that's it.
Link in
Solid
bio.
core. Link in bio.
Okay. One place.
I moved into a new apartment and I love it. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful and it's all the things that I wanted and it's rent stabilized and huge for me. So that feels really special.
Yeah. It's a wonderful little apartment.
Thank you.
I didn't mean like little in a weird way.
It's
Okay.
very small. It's a little tiny little apartment.
I know,
It's
but
exactly-
after I said it, I was like, that's is demeaning. I didn't mean it like that.
You're
I
like,
mean,
oh,
it's-
you're cute, tiny little just place that you call home. No, I know.
It's a wonderful,
Studio apartment.
truly though, the light is great and
Thank
I'm
you.
really happy for you. I think it's a great spot for you.
Okay, what's your place?
Mine is, I can't remember if I brought you to this place or not. It's a restaurant in upstate New York called the Ship Lantern Inn.
I've never been there.
Okay. It's in Milton, New York, which is where my mom's house is. And it's been there for like 100 years, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I don't know, like really, but you walk in there and you are in the 1950s. Like
It's an establishment.
it's an establishment and all wood walls, everything. And there's like ships and really heavy, dark everything. And it's tablecloths and they wear suits. And it's
oh,
like,
fun.
it's so fun. It's so
Okay.
old school. And it's like, you'll get a steak and a
wedge.
wedge. Exactly. The food's like fine. Like it's not
Yeah,
like
you're not there for
incredible, but you're not there for that. You're there for the ambiance. And anyway, last time I was upstate, we went and I love an old, I think that's one thing I've realized about myself this year. I love an old restaurant. New restaurant's great. All the time we'll go. That's fine. But like to go to an old restaurant, what a treat.
That's, I think, why you love diners.
Yes.
The same nostalgia around it
Yes.
or something.
Exactly.
Okay, piece of media. I just read a book on my solo travels called Quarter Life by a woman named Saskia Dole Biok. She is a psychologist and she talks about this idea of the quarter life. Basically, people 16 to 36 is the range that she talks about. And that there's been all of this study and research and writing on your midlife and people having a crisis during their midlife and why that happens and all of these things. And there hasn't been a lot of writing or thinking around what she coins the quarter life and how there's a mental health epidemic in that age group and there's a lack of meaning in people's lives and belonging. And basically read this book. I really highly recommend it. It is really fantastic.
Is it nonfiction?
Yeah, it's nonfiction.
Okay.
It's basically her presenting the main core issue is for quarter lifers and uses 4 different patients and like stories. So it's really like narrative driven, even though it's nonfiction, of different patients that she had and like what they were going through. And essentially says that there's like 2 types of individuals, broadly speaking, in that phase of your life. People who are in search of meaning and people who are in search of stability. And that to come to a sense of contentment is a melding of the 2. And that's the work that you need to do if you're on either side of that. And then talks about sort of 4 different ways to like access that sense of contentment. And it's really good. And she does a lot talking about sort of like your relationship to your digital life and how that's impacted this stage of development. And I highly recommend it.
Cool. Well, I'm out. I've aged out. So
I mean,
it's not for me.
you don't have to read it. I think you'd still enjoy it. I think.
Okay.
I think you could stretch to.
Okay.
What's your piece of media?
Okay. I have gratitude for is the Chapel Roan Tiny Desk video.
Uh-huh.
I have seen probably 1,000 times because what happened was I watched it and Bruno was there, my youngest son,
Oh no.
and he
Locked in.
hyper fixated
Oh my
on
gosh.
this video. And I think it's because, so it's the one where she has like a huge hair piece on, and her makeup is drag inspired makeup and really dramatic. And so we watched that, and he was like totally fixated on it. And then he's been coming up to me and being like, I want to watch the video with the beautiful girl. And I'm like, and at first I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, the beautiful girl in the pink dress.
Oh, that's so cute.
Then we sit down together and we watch it, and like he doesn't let me fast forward through any of the bits. He like wants to.
Wow, that's
he's
so
really
sweet.
into
We
it.
got a big stan on our hands.
Big stand. That has just been a really nice thing for us to do.
I love that.
And have a lot of gratitude. for
Sweet
that.
Bruno.
Sweetie. Ending here with funny moment. I have a lot.
Okay.
I couldn't choose just one.
I like couldn't think of any. And I know that I have spent many hours laughing very hard, specifically with you and Miranda.
Uh-huh.
And
I have two with you. So
okay, great. You share both. But like
Okay.
the thing that kept coming up for me, there have been many moments through this year where the three of us have been together deliriously tired.
yeah.
And like there being something like a funny bone that is so easy to access when you're in that. But I couldn't
Yeah.
think of like specific moments.
I have two. One is I don't know how to tell the story without I don't know. I'm gonna say something that if there are children in the room, I don't know, maybe
Oh, okay.
maybe get I don't know if there's children listeners, but
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hide your wives. It's adult content that I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
So you and I arrive in Paris. You know the story I'm going to tell.
No, I'm totally blanking.
You and I arrive in Paris. We arrived somewhere, I think it was in Europe or Paris something. And we're like, we need to go get a massage. And
Barcelona.
Barcelona. We're in Barcelona. We
Okay,
need to go
let
get
me
a
just add.
massage.
Part of why we decided we need to get a massage is because we were trying to fight the jet lag. We were like, we were coming from LA. We had an event in LA and then had to go
Oh,
LA,
that's what it was.
Barcelona.
The LA to Barcelona. Oh, well, also, we can get a massage if we want to get a massage. That's
Totally.
Like,
I was just
two
saying,
adults.
like, totally. Just the urgency around it. Like, we need to do this. We need to stay up all day, but like, we're exhausted. So, like, what
Yes.
can we do that it requires nothing?
And also the LA to Europe flight is pretty gnarly. That's
12 hours.
Is pretty intense flight. So we needed to get a massage, and we're walking around Barcelona and walked in to an establishment.
The first one we saw.
The first one we saw just off the street, didn't look at any Google review. We were just like desperate to find and like walking. And anyway, long story short, it ended up being for sex workers, and they were so lovely and were so confused by why we were in their establishment using them as a massage services. They were certainly
They were
not.
like, that's not what this
They were
place
certainly
is
not
for.
set up for
Okay.
massaging.
We walk in, we both were like 2 massages, and like the vibe was weird, but we were so tired we didn't really think about it. And then I was like, I need to use the bathroom, and I went, and then we were immediately separated. And then I went to the bathroom, and I walked out of the bathroom, and the woman who was my masseuse was leading me to the room to get my massage. And as she starts walking me to the room, I look down, and she's in high heels, and I was like, It was like the first tip. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I was like, huh. And then we get into the massage room, and it's not a massage bed. It's a mattress on the ground.
It's a mattress on the ground. Yeah,
and I was like, oh, with mirrors all around said mattress. And I was like, okay, this is a different kind of place that I don't think we were anticipating.
you didn't
And
say
then-
that out loud. You didn't say that out loud.
I didn't say it out loud. And we were separated at that point. And then the fear that came over me was, I hope this woman genuinely knows I'm just looking for a massage. I just want a back rub. And then I like lay down, and the worst massage of my life. Like, this woman is just kind of like moving her hands around my back for an hour. Like there's no nothing. And then she finishes, and I'm just like, so the whole time I was so tense, because I was like, if she tries to make a move, I don't know how. I want to respect this woman and her craft.
Of course.
And so I don't want to offend her, but I am going to have to be like, not what I'm looking for. And so the whole time I'm just anticipating that moment, which never comes. She read the room. And then you and I get back to the lobby, and we just look at each other, and we are just fighting the giggles so hard. And then I look around the room, and I was just like, how did we not see this? Like, everyone's really dolled up, boobies out, high heels. And I was just like, it is very obvious what this
Very
place
obvious. Very obvious. And then the kicker was, when we went to pay, we didn't have any cash.
No cash.
And so we had to go in there and find an ATM and then come back. And it prolonged something that we really, really, really wanted to be over as quickly as
I
possible.
was dying to get out of that place.
And anyway, of course, this is no shade to sex workers. It was perfectly, they should be doing what they're doing if that's what they want to do.
They were lovely.
They were so lovely.
They were
and
accommodating to our requests.
They were accommodating, honestly, to two people that had no business. Like
being there.
No business being there, and should have known better. And God bless them. We have a lot of gratitude for those ladies for not, I don't know, being mean to us. And
they were like, business is business.
Yeah.
A dollar is a dollar.
Okay, so that's one. And then the second one is a much shorter story, but I think I also have gratitude for this moment as well. With you was, so we did brand new this past year in March and April, and big thing, a lot of incredible speakers and stuff, a mini conference that we did in Austin. And we get the photos back, and there's one photo of, I died when I saw this photo for the first time. And it was at the end of the day. We really wanted to get this photo of Nadia from Pussy Riot. She was like our big get. We were so excited to have her.
Yeah, incredible.
It's such an honor to have her come and speak.
An honor.
We really, really, really wanted to get this photo, but the only time that we had the opportunity to get this photo with her, the two of us with her, was at the end of the day, and we were just so tapped out that like there was no creativity left in our bones. Nothing that was there except for we were just like
fumes,
walking shells.
Yeah,
we were husks of people at that point. Anyway, we take a photo with her, and it was just really quick. We're like pulled into a room, take a photo. We get the photos back. You've never seen two totally different vibes as you will see.
You've never seen two people look less cool. Like we look like such fucking nerds next to this woman. We are full smiles, and she's the coolest looking woman in the world. Like
it's like two sorority girls in like a in
like
sorority.
We're like Kappa Beta, and she's like the goth queen, and it was like so cringe. Oh, so funny.
So grateful for that moment.
I can't wait to look at that picture again. Wow, some really great times we've had. And I just want to close out this. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I will start crying, and I don't want to do that. But I can't imagine my life without you, Deana. And I just love you so much. And I'm so grateful for you. And I feel like it's such a gift to have you in my life. And
I feel the same way.
So to another year of hopefully doing this really crazy weird job that we have together.
Amen.
Hi, Kate here. I'll be quick. I need to give a standing ovation to the unsend button. Whoever invented that deserves an honorary Nobel Prize in saving people from themselves. You're out here, you're sending texts, DMs, emails, feeling confident for like 0.2 seconds before your brain's like, wait, did I just say something weird? Did I use too many exclamation points? Did I send that to the wrong person? And then boom, unsend is like, don't worry, I got you. It's like the superhero of our modern communication, swooping in to save my dignity. Honestly, without it, I'd probably be spiraling over that one time I accidentally sent I love you to a client. So yeah, shout out to Unsend for saving lives. And I'm incredibly grateful for you.
GM Boys Club, Evan McMullen here, co-founder of Bravado ID. This year, I'm especially grateful for Boys Club as the front door of the on-chain frontier. It's the first place that I encourage new builders and explorers to get familiar with connected technologies. And it's also a place where I have the opportunity to learn more about our ecosystem, from collaborations with teams like Cello and Near to content libraries and regular discussions like the podcasts and events. I appreciate Boys Club's continuous presence and accessibility for everybody.
Hey boys, it's Amax. I'm grateful for Taylor Swift and Meta Quest workouts. If you guys haven't tried Supernatural or FitXR, total game changer, and they inspired me this year. They motivated me. So yeah, bye.
Hey Boys Club, it's Decentralized here, and I am so thankful for female friendships in Web3 because let me tell you, not everyone you encounter is genuine. Earlier this year at DevCon, I organized a Get Ready With Me event before Rave, and I was so nervous because I had booked 2 tables for 20 girls total, and my old insecurities kind of popped in, and I was thinking, oh my God, what if people don't come? It was pouring rain that night anyway, so traffic was severely backed up and delayed, but to my delight and surprise, everybody came. All my girls came. Every single seat at those two tables was filled. We had an incredible night. We showed up rocking our outfits at Rave, and it was just so amazing. And it really restored my faith in friendships. And lucky to report that a lot of my girlies are members of Boys Club. So thank you so much for having me and for paving the path for a whole new era of female friendships in Web3.
I am grateful for the first time in my career that I have the space to create from a blank canvas, to take all of my 15 years of experience in an industry that I love so deeply and truly create a new beginning.
Hey Boys Club, it's Jack, your token gay. I'm really grateful for the pool party that I went to in June where I was internally comparing myself to everybody else, and then I proceeded to smoke an entire pouch of tobacco, which made me sick for about a week or so, but after that week I got into a health kick, and now it's been about 5 months that I've been working out every single day. I've been feeling better, I've been running further, I've been getting more compliments from people that I wasn't expecting. But yeah, so if it weren't for that, I wouldn't be live, laugh, loving as much as I am right now, so.
Hey Boys Club fam, this is Raven. The thing I'm most grateful for in this season is my relationship with God. Building this relationship has been the most impactful and rewarding experience of my life. It's transformed me in ways I couldn't do on my own, rescued me from the deep darkness I was falling into. It's not only brought me to the light and in alignment with my most authentic self, but this relationship with God has filled my cup so much that I'm able to pour relentlessly into others. To the folks listening, I'd like to say a prayer if that's okay. Heavenly Father, thank you for this space and the opportunity to connect with each and every person here. I pray that your love and light touch every heart listening. For those who feel lost or burdened, may they experience your peace and guidance. For those seeking purpose, may you remind them that they are wonderfully made and deeply loved. Lord, I ask that you fill every empty cup and renew every weary spirit. Let your presence bring clarity, healing, and hope. May we all walk in alignment with the path you've created for us, and may our lives reflect your goodness and grace. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey boys, it's Amy B, still recovering from DevCon. So this piece of gratitude falls into the peace of mind category, and something I'm really grateful that I invested in for myself this year is a portable 4K OLED monitor. It's helped me cope with my addiction to working with two screens when I'm traveling and made it easier for me to deal with any guilty feelings around taking a hit on productivity when I'm traveling and away from my normal setup. So at first I felt a little extra about it because it means I'm also bringing this adjustable stand for the monitor and I'm also bringing a laptop stand. But my new rule has been if I'm going on any trip that has more than 2 working days, I just bring it with me, and I love it and highly recommend it to anyone who also feels like they're better with 2 screens.
Chat, are you listening? Is there anyone there? Oh, just wanted to say that I'm really grateful for all the friends that we've made along the way. The blondes, the brunettes, and the boys. Really grateful to be back in my own apartment after a whirlwind 2 weeks of travel for DevCon with all of my best friends, with light delusion and a twinkle in my eye, ready to log back in tomorrow and do it all over again. Stay salty or sweet.
Ivy is grateful for still living the life of a rock star, all the beautiful moments of human connection at all of the crazy parties, and being surrounded by so many strong women in crypto and being able to repay that strength. I'm also grateful for all the people in this industry who believed in me and all the pockets of it that are a safe space for so many women and trans people.
Hi, boys, it's Nicole. I'm grateful to be working in crypto with all of you. No matter how cringe and toxic it gets, we're here building interoperable culture together. When I first learned about blockchains 8 years ago, I could never have imagined there'd be this fantastic, cool, diverse, incredibly kind group of humans into the same nerdy stuff I am. I'm grateful for gas fees under a penny, instant bridging, account abstraction, cross-chain liquidity, and decentralized ID. And as always, I'm grateful for my normie friends and family who keep me sane and healthy with long runs and swims, nature walks, orange wine, girl dinners, and of course, 10 p.m. salads.